Hey there, and welcome to Clinical Pen. Before we jump in, just a quick reminder to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can always find more at clinicalpen.com.
Great to be here.
So today, let's discuss something I think pretty much everyone can relate to on some level. The struggle to get, you know, really good sleep.
So common.
That feeling of lying awake, mind racing, or maybe your body just feels restless. Or you wake up feeling like you barely slept.
Absolutely. It's a huge issue. And in today's world, with all the stress, the anxiety, it often feels constant, doesn't it?
Yeah, and maybe amplified by things like looking at screens too late.
Right. It really creates this perfect storm situation that just makes deep, restful sleep feel impossible for so many people.
Definitely. And, we've come across some really interesting material lately that looks at a very natural, kind of gentle way to tackle this.
Yes, it makes a strong case that yoga isn't just about, like, flexibility or strength. It can be a surprisingly powerful tool specifically for winding down, calming that nervous system, and really preparing your body and your mind, too, for deep restorative sleep.
Okay, so let's discuss this. Our goal here is to pull out the most useful, actionable stuff from this material. We want to understand why yoga is being flagged as so good for sleep, and then really explore the specific poses, the practices it recommends for actually relaxing before bed, because there are some honestly surprising details about how effective a simple, consistent routine can be.
Yeah, the material lays it out quite clearly. It goes from the why, the mechanisms behind it, right into the practical steps you could literally take tonight.
All right, let's start with that big picture then. Why yoga specifically? When someone's tossing and turning, maybe they think of supplements or changing their mattress or other things first.
Right.
What is it about yoga, based on this info, that makes it stand out for sleep problems?
Well, what's really interesting is the focus on yoga's ability to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That's your body's rest and digest mode. Think of it that way. So much of our day pushes us into the opposite, the fight or flight sympathetic state.
Right, it's a stressed state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the right kind of yoga, the gentle kind, deliberately helps you shift gears. It guides you back into that state of calm, of relaxation.
So it's like actively pushing back against that wired, anxious feeling that keeps so many of us staring at the ceiling.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And the material points this out. It's why people are looking at bedtime yoga as a natural alternative instead of reaching for something else first.
Okay.
It's presented as a way to actually cultivate your body's own ability to ease into sleep.
That kind of shift sounds fundamental. Does the material also mention the stress hormone, cortisol? We hear so much about that.
Oh, definitely. That's highlighted as a major benefit.
Okay.
Reducing cortisol levels.
Okay.
Cortisol is so tightly linked to stress, and it can directly mess with your sleep cycles. So by lowering cortisol through these yoga practices, the material suggests you'll experience less of that awful tossing and turning. It just paves the way for more solid quality rest.
So, okay, calm the nervous system, lower the stress hormones. The end goal here seems pretty clear then. Fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, less waking up.
That's exactly the outcome the material connects to this practice. It's all about creating the best possible conditions, physiologically and mentally, for sleep to actually happen.
That sounds incredibly appealing. So let's get practical. How do we actually do that? The material gets very specific about certain poses for a pre-sleep routine. And these aren't like power yoga poses, right?
No, not at all. They're specifically chosen because they soothe, they release tension.
Gentle stuff.
Exactly. The focus is on poses that promote relaxation, introspection, kind of turning your awareness away from all the day's noise and inwards towards quiet and calm.
Okay, first one mentioned is probably familiar, and it even sounds restful. Child's pose, Balasana. Described as deeply grounding, releasing tension in the back, shoulders, neck.
Yeah, this one's foundational for winding down. The way it helps, according to the material, is by creating this sense of physical safety, almost like being held.
Ah, interesting.
And that feeling profoundly soothes the mind. Resting your forehead on the mat or even a cushion that's specifically mentioned, it's key for encouraging that deep relaxation. It basically signals to your nervous system, okay, it's safe to quiet down now.
So it's not just the stretch, it's that feeling of being kind of tucked in, secure.
Yes, exactly. That grounded, protected feeling, plus the gentle forward fold. And the material really emphasizes pairing this with slow, deep breaths. Let that gentle pressure on the forehead really enhance the calming effect.
Makes sense. Okay, what's up next?
Then we have a pose that looks maybe deceptively simple, but it's powerful for tired bodies. Legs up the wall. Viparita Karani. It's called a passive inversion.
Passive inversion. I like the sound of that, kind of reversing the day's gravity.
It is. And the benefits highlighted for relaxation and sleep are pretty significant. It gently boosts circulation, which helps reduce swelling or fatigue in your legs and feet.
Oh, that would feel good after a long day.
Huge, right? Especially if you've been standing or sitting all day. But crucially, this pose also works directly on calming the nervous system, shifting blood flow gently, reducing that physiological arousal.
Right, taking the pressure off tired legs would definitely help you relax overall. Is there a specific tip for doing this one?
Yeah, the recommendation is to settle in for about 5 to 10 minutes. And the instruction is simple. Just focus on your breath while you're there.
Okay.
Let the inversion and the stillness quiet your body, and hopefully your busy mind too. It's really about allowing yourself to just be for a few minutes. No effort.
Moving on, there's reclining butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. This one's presented as a gentle hip opener.
Hip openers often get linked to releasing stored tension, and the material suggests this pose is especially good for encouraging emotional release as well.
Emotional release. Interesting connection.
Yeah, and deep relaxation before sleep. It's noted as helping reduce feelings of fatigue and anxiety, those common roadblocks to falling asleep.
So opening up physically can help let go emotionally too.
That's the connection the material draws. Allowing the hips to gently open releases physical tightness, which can often kind of hold on to emotional stress.
Okay.
And to make it really restful, the advice is key. Use props. Put pillows under your knees, maybe one along your back. Support yourself generously. The goal is total comfort, not a deep stretch.
Comfort is definitely the name of the game when winding down. What about something with a bit of gentle movement? Is there anything like that?
Yes, that brings us to cat-cow pose, Marjaryasana Bitalasana. It's described as a slow, flowing sequence, moving between arching and rounding your spine.
Ah, yes. I can totally see how moving the spine like that would release tension built up during the day.
Exactly. It's fantastic for improving spinal flexibility and just melting away that tension, especially in the back and neck. But the material really stresses syncing your breath with each movement.
Okay, the breath is key again.
Absolutely. That slow, rhythmic coordination of breath and body, inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you round it, creates this meditative quality that's incredibly calming, helps prepare the mind for rest.
So it's the rhythm, the breath, the gentle movement, all working together.
Precisely. Moving slowly, mindfully. It's like a gentle internal massage that signals relaxation throughout your system.
Okay, next up. Seated forward bend. Paschimottanasana. This one sounds like it achieves that grounding feeling while stretching the back.
It's definitely presented as very grounding, excellent for calming the mind and turning your focus inward. The mechanism described is that the forward fold itself encourages introspection, helps quiet that mental chatter.
Ah, stops the racing thoughts, hopefully.
That's the idea. It's highlighted as a pose that can directly improve sleep quality by fostering that state of calm. Plus, the stretch along the spine and hamstrings releases physical tension that could easily keep you uncomfortable.
Forward bends can feel pretty intense sometimes, though, especially if you're, tight. Does the material give any advice on that?
It absolutely does. It stresses listening to your body, avoiding any kind of strain. The specific tip is to bend your knees. A lot, if you need to.
Okay, so perfect form isn't the goal.
Not at all. You don't need straight legs. The priority is releasing tension in the back and relaxing the nervous system. Just focus on your breath and letting go a little more with each exhale.
Good advice. We're getting near the end of the poses. What about a gentle twist? Is that helpful?
Yes, the supine twist. Supta Matsyendrasana, this is a lovely reclining twist, feels great for the spine, and the material mentions it can help with digestion too.
Digestion. You don't immediately connect that to sleep, but I guess discomfort could definitely keep you awake.
That's a key point made in the material. By gently massaging the internal organs through the twist, it can support digestion, maybe relieve any bloating or discomfort that might otherwise disrupt your sleep.
Makes sense.
And of course, it provides a wonderful release for the spinal muscles, which, as we know, tend to hold a lot of tension.
And how do you do that one relaxingly without straining?
The advice is similar. Breathe deeply into the twist. Use your exhales as the moment to gently release a little deeper, letting your body soften. Don't force anything. It's all about unwinding.
And finally, the one often called the most important pose, the ultimate relaxation. Corpse pose.
Savasana.
Ah, Savasana. This is where you let everything integrate, let it all settle. The material describes it as the perfect transition point.
Transition to sleep.
Exactly. helping you slip from the active practice into a deeply meditative, really sleep-ready state. It's where you consciously let go of the doing and allow the body and mind to just rest and absorb all the benefits of the poses you just did.
Just lying there sounds simple, but honestly, my mind often decides that's the perfect time to start making lists or replaying the day.
That's such a common experience. The material actually addresses that. It suggests using this time for focused mindfulness or maybe a guided body scan meditation.
Give the mind a gentle job to do. Precisely. It gives your mind a soft focus, helps you stay present and grounded without getting swept away by those racing thoughts. It really smooths that transition towards sleep.
Okay, so we have this great list of poses. To really make it work, what are the final sort of practical tips this material offers for creating a solid nighttime yoga routine?
There are several key takeaways. First, environment matters. Practice in a quiet, dimly lit room. That helps signal to your body, okay, it's bedtime.
Setting the stage for sleep.
Exactly. Create a little sanctuary for relaxation. Second, it really reinforces combining these gentle poses with deep breathing exercises or some mindfulness meditation. The mental part is just as important as the physical.
Right, it's a mind-body thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
And definitely avoid anything too stimulating, right?
I assume so.
Absolutely. The material specifically warns against vigorous styles, like vinyasa, power yoga late in the evening. They can actually energize you, which is the opposite of what you want.
Yeah, good point.
The goal here is quiet energy, gentle release, not peak performance. And finally, maybe most importantly, consistency.
The classic advice.
It really applies here. Aim for a regular 15 to 20-minute routine with these relaxing poses before bed. Making it a consistent part of your evening ritual can really compound the benefits over time.
Okay, so let's try and bring this all together. What's the main takeaway, the core message from all this information?
I think the central idea is that integrating a mindful, gentle yoga practice into your bedtime routine isn't just a nice idea. It can be a truly transformative habit for your sleep. It's presented less as a quick fix and more as a sustainable way to genuinely get better rest.
Because it works by tackling those common sleep thieves that stressed out nervous system, the physical tension we carry, helping release both your mind and body so they're actually ready for sleep. And the material really emphasizes that these poses are accessible, they're gentle, they're effective.
Yeah, and the material really encourages you to think about these practices as a powerful first step. Instead of maybe immediately reaching for something else when sleep just won't come.
Right.
Maybe just try rolling out your mat. Spend even just 15 minutes with a few of these gentle postures and see what happens.
And what might someone expect if they actually commit to that, according to this material? What's the potential payoff?
It suggests that with consistent practice, you could start noticing some pretty significant improvements relatively quickly. Falling asleep faster, maybe sleeping more deeply, fewer interruptions.
Waking up feeling more rested.
Waking up feeling more refreshed, exactly.
Yeah.
It presents it as a practice with real, tangible benefits that some people might start noticing within just a few nights.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to chew on, something that really comes from this interconnectedness. The material highlights between gentle movement, stillness, breath, and rest. If dedicating just a short time each evening to mindfully releasing physical tension and quieting mental noise through these specific poses and breaths can so profoundly impact something as basic and vital as sleep, well, what does that suggest about the power we often underestimate? The power of our own body and mind to heal, to regulate themselves, if we just give them the right conditions.
Yeah, it's a powerful question.
What else might be possible if we approach our overall well-being with that kind of deliberate, gentle attention? Something to think about.
Definitely food for thought.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for tuning in to Clinical Pen. Don't forget to subscribe, and please do visit us at clinicalpen.com for more content.
Thanks, everyone. Sleep well.